Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another great episode of Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Bara Abdulla, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bahraini youth continue to shine inside the country and abroad. And our guest today is a wonderful example. 12th grader Tasneem Ali was honored by the French Ministry of Education for the Bourse d'Excellence Major, which is a great honorary superior education scholarship awarded to non-French students for their excellent achievement. And we have Tasneem here in the studio along with the principal of French International School of Bahrain, Mrs. Catherine Leje. Well, good evening. How are you?
Good.
Good evening.
Amazing. How do you say good evening in French?
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, of course. Did I say it right? The Bourse d'Excellence Major?
Oui.
I did. Okay. Well, how would I say it in the better way?
Bourse d'Excellence Major.
You see, that's why I need more French in my system, in my lab, definitely. Well, first of all, congratulations for the amazing achievement. So a little bit more about yourself, if you don't mind, Tasneem.
Yes, so my name is Tasneem. I'm 16 years old and I'm turning 17 next week. And I've been in the French International School of Bahrain for almost 13 years. And when I first went to the school, I did not speak a word of French since I was in a British preschool. And the beginning was kind of hard for me because everyone around me spoke French except for me. So I had to work really hard to learn the language, but here I am now. And I'm really proud to be a Bahraini student in the French School of Bahrain.
Amazing, amazing. 13 years. It's a good period in all of that taking place at school. And now you speak it fluently, right?
Yeah.
And all of that. So you speak 3 languages or maybe more?
More, because in school the main language is French, but English and Arabic are mandatory, and Spanish as well.
Really?
And I take Latin as well. It's an
Latin?
elective, yeah.
So 4, 5?
5, but Latin is not a language we speak because it's like a dead language, but we use it to analyze old texts and understand authors' points of view and all of that.
So you're a polyglot at this point. Amazing, amazing. Tell us more about the school, if you don't mind, Mrs. Catherine.
Our school is since 1976 in Busaitin in Bahrain, and it's now mostly an international school. As Tasneem said, we have a lot of languages in the school, and we are almost now 700 students in our school.
Amazing, amazing. So it's pretty busy going on
Pretty
in
busy.
school. Yeah, a lot of things going on, a lot of things are happening and infusing the French culture and education. Now, for 13 years, as you picked up the language and now you speak it like your own language and all of that, what can you tell us about the French language and culture from your perspective?
Honestly, the French culture is very rich in all of the subjects, and it's really important in literature and philosophy, for example, and science as well. We can't neglect that. Most of the scientists are French. We can mention Pierre and Marie Curie. They're really famous scientists. And what I like about the French culture is that it's really old. So you can learn so many things, and you can learn history through the language. And it's really unique for a Bahraini student to learn French, since most students are enrolled in British schools, and they study in British schools, and they go to university in the UK or the US.
Right. It's very interesting, like you said yourself, like, you know, where a lot of Bahrainis do, like, I would say I want to say force, but recommend English like to a certain level that is even used in the market and everywhere. Even in normal conversations today, English pretty much is like a predominant language. But then seeing what's happening here, when you have like Tasneem speaking French, what do you think of that right now with the French language taking place at the school?
The French language is the way we teach. It's a school where we teach in French and the curriculum is in French. What is interesting in our system, because we belong to an association of more than 500 schools abroad, so it's a network, MLF Monde.
Okay.
So what is interesting is that we have the same curriculum in all the school. If you change tomorrow, for example, if she would have liked to change to New York or South Africa,
Wow.
she would have the same curriculum.
Amazing.
Exactly.
Amazing.
More than this, as she said, we have a lot of languages because nowadays it's not enough to speak only English or Arabic in your country.
Right.
So French and Spanish are a plus.
Amazing, amazing. I always want to learn like a third language, you know, whether it's Spanish or French. But now, knowing your school's doing that, I think we are pretty much in a good place. Definitely. So, a normal day at the school is you will go normally. You will speak a little bit of Arabic and English, but French is openly spoken in the school,
Yeah.
right? Like as if it's a conversational language.
Yes, all of the subjects are in French, so physics, chemistry, all of that is in French.
Wow.
And then we have the languages which are, for example, in Arabic, English, or Spanish.
Amazing, amazing. Well, you know, this is really interesting and very, very impressive, to be honest, you know. Most Bahrainis, they will speak, like I said, you know, Arabic, English, or depending on the background they come from. But hearing French is really impressive. Although it makes a lot of sense, you know, it's a very important language in the world, internationally speaking. But then here in Bahrain, seeing your achievement is such an impressive thing. Speaking of achievements, how do you feel about that? First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really happy, and I think it's a big thing for Bahrain, for my school and the community. And speaking about the scholarship, it's called Bourse d'Excellence Majeure, and it's a scholarship that's awarded to international students in grade 12. So to apply for the scholarship, you need to be an international student, so you shouldn't have the French nationality, and you must be enrolled in grade 12. And the grades are really important.
Okay.
They're looking for excellent students, and extracurricular activities are really important as well. They're looking for students who are really active in the student's life, in the school's life. So they want students that are parts of sports teams, that are in clubs like MUN, debate clubs, sports clubs.
Right.
And they really want to make a group with all of the international students in France and potentially make an alumni group.
Wow, I know you get to be a part of that very soon. This is amazing. Now, to Mrs. Catherine, tell us more about, you know, your preparations and how you feel about this achievement, and how does this add value here in the Kingdom of Bahrain?
First, you must know that
Yes.
we have an average of 20 to 25% of Bahraini students in the school.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you don't know.
I didn't know that.
They do well.
Amazing.
Last year we had a student, almost like Tasnim. She graduated and she was selected to introduce Sciences Po in France, which is
Okay.
a very famous school for politics in France, diplomacy and so and so.
All right.
But our student, I am very proud of her. She's the first one graduated that will be selected to this scholarship.
Amazing.
So it was the first time that we make the folder and she was selected. So it's something very rare.
I can tell, and you know, you're like calm and collected, but
Yeah.
apparently you're very excited at the same time
Yeah.
with all of this. So now, all this is happening. Any plans for studying abroad? Like, you know, did you pick something? Tell
Yeah.
us more about that.
So I applied to study medicine in France, and I mainly applied in Paris since that's where I want to go.
Okay.
But I also applied in other cities like Lille, Lyon, Toulouse, Nice, or Bordeaux. And I got my results a few days ago, and I got accepted in my top choice university. So I'll be studying medicine next year at Université de Paris, and I'm really excited. But I'm kind of scared at the same time because
Yeah?
I'm going to leave my family, my friends.
Right.
And studying medicine in France is really hard because it's really selective. So
Okay.
they take 2,000 students for the first year, and then only 350 passed the second year.
Oh, God.
So it's like really hard.
No pressure.
No pressure. But yeah, I'm going to have to work hard, and I hope I'm going to achieve my goals.
So the first 1 or 2 years, pretty much, is going to be like a filtration kind of mode.
Yeah.
And is generic medicine or something specific?
The beginning is like generic medicine, and in the first year you have subjects like math, physics, biochemistry, biophysics, and stuff like that. And then
Okay.
the more you, like second, third, fourth, fifth year, you like go into the medicine and the actual system of medicine,
Okay.
and the program is 6 years long. So after the 6th year, you pass an exam, and then you choose your specialty, so what you want to specialize in, whether
Okay.
it's orthopedics, plastic surgery, etc.
Did you think of that already, or
I
first
mean,
you're gonna
it's
see?
in 6 years, but I know I want to do something related to surgery,
Okay.
and not something focused on clinical practice, because
Okay.
I'm more interested in surgery.
Amazing, amazing. So medicine was always your thing, or did you have other options going on?
Medicine was kind of always my thing. I mean, since I was a kid, I was always interested in science and scientific subjects. And since my parents are doctors, I know how the job works, and I'm really intrigued and I'm really interested in it.
Amazing, amazing. And again, you must be very, very proud right now seeing this happening right now.
Of course, and she's always in the selection. She is also at the top of her class. So she's always at the top, and we are very confident. I don't want to say before, but we are very confident on her, of course.
Knock on wood, that's for sure, definitely. But again, I mean, you're a story to be told. That's it, you know, as one of the rare cases we have here in Bahrain. And I'm sure Bahrain is super proud of you right now, just to see a person like yourself who's going to make it big time in France, even on international levels. Now, let's say your classmates are here, right? And they just want to hear your word of advice. What would that be to your classmates?
Honestly, I would tell them, always chase your dreams and never give up. When I first went to the school, it was really hard for me. I did not speak the language, and everyone around me was so fluent in French. So my advice to them is fix your goals and work hard, and you're going to achieve them.
Amazing, amazing. What about you, Mrs. Catherine? You know, a word of advice, or maybe something to encourage the other classmates and friends and even students?
Oh, I think our history is totally the model, because it's important to start from the beginning in an international school, like our French school. If you start from kindergarten, of course, it's step by step that you will. In the beginning, maybe it's difficult, but the result after 12 years is here. So
Exactly.
that's it.
It's like, hey, so what can happen when I go to your school? Just tasneem. That's what happens.
Yes.
Pretty much. Even though I don't speak the language, and a lot of us maybe they don't, but they love the sound of it. Can you say how you feel right now about your achievement, a little bit in French?
Je suis très fière de moi, et j'ai vraiment hâte d'aller en France et découvrir la culture et faire mes études en médecine.
Just like silk and water. Beautiful. What did you say?
I said I was really excited to go to France and discover the culture and study medicine.
Amazing, amazing. Super proud, super impressive, to be honest with you. Now, as we're going to pretty much wrap it up, before we do that, tell us any last words to the viewers, to your classmates, to your friends, to your school.
Yeah,
To your
I
parents.
just wanted to thank my family for always being here for me. My sister and my best friends, they've always been here for me, and they've always encouraged me and pushed me to chase my goals, and I wouldn't be here without them. And I would like to thank the school and all of the teachers who've always been here for me, and they've helped me learn the language, and here I am now.
Amazing. You know, story to be told right here on Bahrain TV. Such an amazing historical moment. And Mrs. Catherine, any last words?
The last word is thank you for what you are. The next step is the result of the baccalaureate, and after we have a big event, 26th of June. This is the graduation, and maybe you will see this on the media. I hope so.
Definitely, definitely. And maybe we're going to even have you back here on TV to talk about it. You
Oh,
never
yes.
know. You
I
never
will be
know.
proud. Thank you.
Hopefully I'll know more French by then, you know, you never know. Well, thank you so much. I would like to say thank you in French. What would that be?
Merci.
Merci, of course, of course, of course. Well, merci, both of you, for the amazing efforts, and we can't wait to see your stories pretty much going to medicine school. And thank you so much for the amazing efforts and all of that. Pretty much we're going to have maybe another Tasneem talking about her story and how she was inspired by Tasneem right here. Thank you so much for being with us right here on Bahrain Now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the inspirational story of the very talented Tasneem Ali with the principal, Mrs. Catherine. All that took place right here on Bahrain Now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the finish line. A huge thank you to all of our guests for joining us tonight. And another huge thank you to all of you watching us at home. As always, be sure to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. We love hearing from you. I'm Bara Abdullah. Till next time, Bahrain, goodbye, good night, and God bless.